All right, so y'all most likely saw the thumbnail. You know what we're doing today. We've got moes versus chipotle. Now, if you're local to Florence, you're going to want to stick around to the end of the video because this is going to get very localized by the time we get down to the end of this. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to break these down bite for bite and analyze which one of these establishments is the better choice for your money. The first thing you'll notice off the rip is the size. The Chipotle burrito is significantly larger than the Moe's burrito, which actually, this is the first time I've ever held these side by side. I actually didn't expect that. That's gonna factor into something I'm gonna talk about in the later portions of this video that I'm gonna have to calibrate for, but it still doesn't change what my opinion was gonna be on this particular part of this analysis, and I think y'all may agree. Now, what I did here was I didn't necessarily get what I would normally get if I were to go get a burrito from either one of these establishments. I tried to build burritos that were pretty much identical. So what we have on both of these, well, in the Moe's burrito, we have adobo chicken, we have the corn, we have the peppers and onions, the fajitas, lettuce, cheese, but then, and this is going to be one of the pluses for Moe's, so let's go ahead and give them their credit for this now. They've got extra options that Chipotle doesn't have. I've said this a lot. I've got bacon and I've got jalapenos on this Moe's burrito also, which are not going to be found on the Chipotle video because they do not offer those items. All right, so let's start with the Moe's burrito. And these are the only two burrito chains in Florence, which is unfortunate because there are some good burrito chains out there. But nonetheless, this is their ranch that I've got right here. I was able to get both of these pretty quickly too, so there's no distinct advantage there. Now, another plus for Moe's is they give you these chips, although, and y'all tell me what y'all have experienced with this, but I feel like the chips at both locations. Okay, had to make sure my mic was on. I recorded a whole video yesterday and the mic was not plugged in. But anyways, I find that at both places, the chips taste, I guess they're stale. I don't know, that's what it tastes like to me at both locations. So I don't know how much of a benefit it is, but at least at Moe's, they do give you the chips that come complimentary along with your burrito. So that's gonna be another positive for Moe's. In the Florencefoodies cup today, I've got the Mandarin Agua Fresca from Chipotle. Drink options would definitely be advantage Chipotle, but we're not really analyzing drink options here today. Just the food, just the burrito. Price-wise, I don't think there was, yeah, so for $14 at Chipotle, I got the burrito and the drink with no chips. And at Moe's, $14, I got the burrito and the chips. So it's about the same on the price, pretty much. All right, so the Chipotle burrito, same thing. I got their chicken, white rice on both of these, pinto beans on both of these. I don't know if I said that. Peppers and onions, corn, and this one does have sour cream. I forgot to put that on here, so I'm not going to hold that against them. Oh, yeah, cheese and lettuce on both of these. Now, this has the hot sauce on the side. This is the first time I've ever done these side by side at the same time, unless you're doing a YouTube video or something. It's not the kind of thing you would normally do. I don't think normal people do that. But it's exactly like I thought it would be. The best way I could say it is this. Because I think that Chipotle has better food quality. So the food quality, or the quality of their ingredients is better at Chipotle. I think that's fairly obvious, which is impressive for their price point to be relatively the same. And then also, their recipes are far superior. And immediately, upon tasting one and then the other, this is what it reminds me of. Moe's is very basic. I would say when I eat the Moe's burrito, it tastes closer to something that I would get at Taco Bell. Whereas when I eat the Chipotle burrito, it tastes more like something that I would get at someone's house. Like if someone's grandma or their aunt, their uncle, something like that, was a really good cook from like Texas or Arizona, and you went over to their house, this tastes like what was served. That tastes closer to something that came out of a Taco Bell drive-thru. Now, the thing is, Taco Bell is a popular franchise for a reason. There's a lot of good stuff that comes out of their drive-thru. But when it comes to quality of ingredients and the recipes, in my opinion, there's no contest. Especially considering the price, everything weighs heavily in favor of Chipotle. And this is not news to me. I already knew this. I've never eaten these side by side, but I've always favored Chipotle over moes from that standpoint. However, here comes the curveball, because the point in this video was to tell you currently which one of these I select or I would recommend as the best value or experience for you. And this is where it's going to start to get very local. Even this burrito, I'm experiencing it right now. There's no chicken anywhere to be found. It's just MIA. Locally speaking, there's one key category that our moes seems to have been leading in for some years now, and that is consistency. A variety of menu items goes to moes, but also so does consistency. Even this burrito right here is straight down the line. Everything's cooked like it's supposed to be. I mean, it's like they got a machine back there preparing the food. It's just like right down the middle. I don't know any other way to say it. Even the stale chips are like they always are. Chipotle, however, and I talked about this in a previous video. I think it was the Jersey Mike's video that we did. For a long time now, something will happen to disappoint. And there's actually a timeline on this. I mean, there's no chicken anywhere. It's just all rice. It's like there's always something. It wasn't always like that, though. If you rewind the clock back a few years ago, Chipotle was killing it. I'm talking about our local one. And then there was an incident with, he was Darius Leonard at the time. I guess he's Shaquille Leonard now. Last I saw, he was Shaq Leonard because the Eagles signed him. Go Birds. It's not the point. The point is he was Darius Leonard at the time, also known as Shaq or Shaquille Leonard. And something happened at our local Chipotle. He was there. I don't know the story. I'm not even going to pretend to know the story because I do not. And the point of this isn't even about that. All that does is give me a point of reference that I can look back to and say, somewhere after that is when I started experiencing problems. There was a point in time where Chipotle would put big scoops of rice, the beans, the meat, and the bowls, and then they started to dial it back. That could have came down from corporate, and it has nothing to do with the local restaurant. That's fine. But I'm just saying that was one negative. And my thing is, look, if it's a profit margin, just charge me the extra $2 and go back to filling the bowls up. Those bowls are clearly designed to hold more than I'm getting over the last few years. But that really was just fuel added to the fire, which was the quality, man, of the whole experience. I mean, we've had so many different things happen. It was just one thing after another, to the point to where I just stopped going. And I wouldn't even go for like a year. I switched over to moes, as a matter of fact. And it wasn't until as recently as this summer that I've started trying to tap back in a little bit. And there have been improvements. It's been getting slightly better. But I mean, there was so many different things like undercooked rice, way over salted rice, stuff completely missing, just one thing after another. And it happens so many times where you just get agitated. You're like, all right, I'm not going over there for a while. And the vibe's different too. You know, sometimes the vibe in moes is much different than the vibe in Chipotle. I have no idea what's causing that. I'm not sitting here trying to speculate what's causing that. What I will simply say, and if you're in our area, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Have you experienced this? But our local Chipotle has struggled to consistently put out a good product for a while now. And it caused me, maybe some of you, I don't know, to shift over to moes. And so even now, as I'm eating this now, I'm like, well, I made a mistake. I should have put sour cream on this. I should have asked for 2 of these. In fact, actually, I would have just got the ranch on it. But I want to put these on the side because they're different sauces. I want to keep these as identical as possible. Although this tastes a bit generic, there's nothing really to complain about. There's really not. So here's the deal. You're not going to like me saying it. Many of y'all aren't. I don't like me saying it. I don't like saying it. I'm mad at myself for saying what I'm about to say. But in spite of the fact that Chipotle has superior quality ingredients, superior recipes at the same price, I've got to give the nod to our local moes. But here's the deal, and I'm speaking to you now, Chipotle. And I want to give you an example. Today's is not as bad as some of the things I experienced a year or two ago that really threw me in a tailspin with Chipotle. And it wasn't just me. I've had conversations with people. It was not just me. But it is another thing. So I'll just point out today, well, what's the difference today, Sam? What's going on? There's no chicken in here, really. I mean, it's just like, each time I've showed it to you, where's it at? I'm not lying. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to make it up. There's chicken in here in every bite. This is a rice burrito. It's really good rice. But Chipotle, what I want to say to you is this. I went in there Friday night, and the line was wrapped all the way around. It was mayhem. Employees were frustrated. I've worked in the restaurant industry for a decade. Like I said, I know, I get it. There was DoorDash orders just sitting up on the counter that were dead. Dead meaning they were no longer going to be served to anybody. Customers were frustrated. It was rough. But I don't want you to mistake that busyness necessarily for an indicator that all is well. Because here's what I want to say. And I'm saying this to you in love, all right? I hope nobody watches this that works at Chipotle or has some sort of affiliation with the restaurant or anyone there and takes this the wrong way. I'm not here to unjustly critique you or anything like that. This is as if your father or your brother or your best friend were speaking to you, okay? That's the tone of what I'm saying. But the message is, Chipotle influence, you've been underachieving for a while now. We talk about franchises here on the channel. That whole video that I recorded that didn't have the microphone on, that's what we were talking about. We'll circle back to it. But Chipotle, you have the potential to be not one of, but the very best franchise in the city of Florence, South Carolina. You have the product that would make it reasonable to make that assertion. One could say the very best franchise in Florence, South Carolina is Chipotle, and it would be a reasonable statement because you have the product to do it. Moe's could never wear that title. Moe's could never wear that crown. They don't have the product. This old mediocre Moe, good enough. Mediocre Moe can't compete with franchises like Chick-fil-A, Jersey Mike's, Texas Roadhouse, Olive Garden, whatever, you know. It's this underachieving that has a product that has the potential to be the very best in town, or at least worthy of being named among the very best in town, falling behind a product that could never get to those heights. So again, I say this in love. I don't know what the story is. I don't know what the situation is. I'm just a consumer telling you how I feel, calling it like I see it. And I try to be straight down the line and objective. To give you some perspective on this, there was a period of years I didn't even consider going to Moe's. I think I had been to Moe's one time at some point in time. And then after going to Chipotle and eating over there, I had no need to go to Moe's. Everything that they offer, Chipotle has, and it's better. So why would I go over there? I literally only started going to Moe's because of what I'm talking about on this video. I mean, think about that. This is a real story from a real consumer. So yeah, with that being said, I'm going to finish this video off. Sorry, I'm spilling stuff everywhere. I'm going to wrap this up. And I'm going to say, how do I come to this conclusion? It's the pros and cons list. Moe's has better variety of options in terms of toppings and sauces. Chipotle has better food quality and recipes, meaning that they have better food quality that tastes better. Also, it's smoky, it's richer, it's just better. I don't know how else to say it, but Moe's, being that they're both about equally priced, has currently better consistency. And being that consistency in a restaurant really makes up like 60% of the grade. When I also factor in the variety of options, I have found myself over the last couple of years leaning towards going to Moe's instead of Chipotle in our city. And I hate that it's that way, but it is good enough. This has the potential to be great. I'm down at the bottom of this. I still have not found the chicken. No joke. There's a piece right there. I don't know. Chipotle corporate, just charge the extra $2. Put the big scoop of rice back in. It used to be like 2 big scoops of rice they would do. Put the beans back in and put the big scoop of meat. Not this little shake it out and make sure it's perfectly even on the spoon. No, just scoop it and dump it like you used to do. And I don't want to ask for more. I don't want to have to do that. I shouldn't have to do that. You were giving more. Just charge the extra $2. That's part of what made your product great. Don't have me asking for it. Just do it. And Chipotle local, what I want to say to you is, I believe in you. I have not given up on you. All right. And I'm not here to condemn you or to throw you under the bus or anything like that. All right. I think that there are other people in this community that will see this video or would see or hear this video and would say, no, he's right. So it is what it is. But the thing is, we love you though. And I think that a lot of those same people probably are like me to say, you know what? I still prefer Chipotle over Moe's in general. Oh, that's weird. Chipotle's hot sauce does not go with Moe's burrito. That's strange. I don't have time to investigate that. But the bottom line is, we love y'all. I'm just saying that there's a a standard of excellence that when you guys hit it, you're one of the best things that there are, period. And it's a shame how infrequently that's happened over recent years, possibly. And I hope you just receive that as constructive criticism and take it for what it's worth. With that being said, I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like. That helps us out a lot. We really do appreciate it. And drop a comment. I want to know, especially if you're in our area and this Moe's and this Chipotle are the two that you eat at. What are your thoughts? What are your experiences? Can you relate to what I'm saying? Or if you just prefer one over the other, let us know down in the comments why that is. I look forward to hearing y'all's opinions on this subject. And in the meantime, y'all take care and we'll see you on the next video.